Welcome back to Comic Book Cafe. This time around, we're reviewing All New X-Men Volume 2, Issue 7. Continuing the story from Issue 6, basically. Issue 6, Blob was on this big rampage, and the All New X-Men, ultimately stopped him. But while this was all going on, they completely lost track of Scott Summers, a.k.a. Cyclops, and Toad hit him with the car and abducted him. So we go into the beginning of issue 7 with the X-Men trying to figure out how to locate Scott Summers. And they have upon that Toad happens to have a YouTube channel, ironically enough. And you watch his videos. And the great thing that they do with these videos is you see the turn in Toad. So first video, he's very happy. He's a janitor at school. He likes his job. He's all happy. The second one, the school's closed because of safety reasons, and he's starting to kind of be down. In the next one, you see, him starting to not be Cyclops Scott Summers. He's not, mad at him, for what he did. And then basically the next one, you basically see him, say, what, really angry at Cyclops, saying, I'll stop him. I'll become the monster people think I am in order to stop him. Basically, he believes that the Cyclops and All New X-Men, who's one that's plucked from, again, the original X-Men team way back when it started. They plucked up the X-Men team from time and brought it to present day, believing the theory that he'll repeat the same history as the Cyclops of current day, which of course went on his rampage and is dead, but he went on his rampage, and now this Cyclops is trying to live past that legacy, that everybody who sees him and deals with him thinks of that Cyclops and what he did, and he's got to overcome it, which is a kind of cool twist on things. And so he abducts Scott Summers. Hit him with a car, abducts him. And the X-Men are just trying to figure out how they're going to locate him. He hasn't used his powers, so they can't locate him that way. They wonder why he hasn't used his powers yet. They can't use the Cerebro because they don't have someone who can use it. But they could send Pickles, but the nearest person's like across the Atlantic, and he won't be able to bring him back till the next day, and they don't believe there's that much time. But they understand time is running out. It's been 2 days since he's been abducted. They see the YouTube videos. They understand Toad is not sane. He's drunk and not sane, and something bad can happen. So we go to Scott, tied up in the catacombs. He understands clearly if he wasn't untied, he could take Toad in a physical confrontation. Obviously, he could take him with his powers, but he understands Toad brought him in the catacombs, so he can't use his powers, because if he uses Optic Blast, he'll bring everything on top of him, and it could damage people or hurt people above ground. So he decides he'll just buy his time and wait till the situation presents itself. Well, that time doesn't come, because Toad is drunk and babbling to him, again, what he's got to do. But you can see that Toad doesn't want to do it, but he believes he has to save people. And he hits Scott Summers with the, alcohol bottle, big, huge solid glass one, several times. And then later we see Scott his optic things off, his face is all bleeding, and his one eye's like all bruised up and red and swollen, like he's all messed up, badly messed up. Saying, well, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just probably more in survival mode than anything right now. And then, this is where Toad is finally, he tells him what he's going to do, even though he doesn't want to do it. And he gets, basically going to have to murder him. And Scott realizes this is it, and he does the only thing he knows what he can do, and he basically lets his Optic Blast go without the visor. And blasts. So he blasts X-Men, bam, their sensors go off. And they transport their, right away, but they don't know where he is, because again, he's underground in the catacombs. So they're trying to find him. They're like, you should be here. Where's he at? Beast is figuring out, where's he at? They couldn't find him. So, again, the tension between Toad and Cyclops is really good in this book. They do a really good job. It's life or death kind of struggle. Even though Toad doesn't want to do it, he believes what he's doing is right, even though he doesn't want to become a monster. But and Scott's just trying to, Cyclops is just trying to survive. He realizes it's beyond trying to reason with him. He's just trying to survive. So, after the blast, Scott, tries to get away. Rubble falls on him. Toad is kind of knocked out. Rubble falls on him. His leg gets trapped. He gets his leg up, it's bleeding, and so he's just crawling along the ground now. He can't walk. Toad wakes up. He's got a kerosene lantern. He's walking, trying to fight him. Scott's crawling, just a little further, and he ends up in a dead end. You can feel how kind of hopeless he is, like he's in this dead end. What am I going to do now? And then he goes on, I just got to go back. So he goes back, crawls back. He doesn't make it out before Toad gets there. Toad just pours kerosene down, because this path is a really small path. It goes down, pours kerosene down, and he lights it. And Scott's in there, and he sees the flames coming. He doesn't want to optic blast. He realizes he could hurt people, but he realizes there's nothing to do. He's got no choice. He's got to burn up. So he optic blasts up, and the X-Men, right there, like really right where the blast goes up, and they see it, and you see all the burning and collapse where he blasted. And then you see Toad come out saying, is he dead? And then the scenery, I guess, makes him think of what the other Scott Summers did. He goes, oh no, I didn't change time. Oh no, what have I done? And you don't know whether he means, oh no, he didn't, because he didn't kill Cyclops in time, he did some of the thing that the other one did in his mind, or oh no, does he feel bad, because he thinks he killed him, or both. You don't know what exactly he means by that. And then at the very end of the issue, you see, the X-Team and Beast sitting there, realizing the catacombs, and why didn't I figure that out sooner? And you see his tablet falling, breaking up as it falls down, and that's how the issue ends. A really good, powerful issue. Really powerful, as you feel, between Toad and Cyclops, feel Toad not wanting to murder, but he thinks he should to save people, because he thinks he's going to turn into the same bad guy ultimately the other Cyclops did, and then Scott Summers, and then you feel Scott Summers just trying to survive after he gets beat up, just trying to survive. Doesn't want to hurt anybody, but it's trying to survive. It's survival for him. And you feel the life or death thing that he may not make it. He may die, right? And of course, you feel the X-Men just trying to find him and save him, and they're helpless. They don't know what to do. So, really good issue. Clearly, this series is not going into the standoff tie-in, or at least short-term, the Apocalypse Wars, because the cover of the next issue shows Doctor Strange with Beast. So clearly, they're not going into that with this yet. Maybe later, I guess. But a really good issue. Again, being someone who only read the last issue of this series, of this X-Men, you could easily jump into this issue, because the beginning with the X-Team kind of all you need to know about what's going on between Toad and Cyclops and how he feels, and the way that it parades. You could actually jump into issue 7 easily if you had not read this series, and you can feel how powerful, and there are issues before this. Again, Cyclops dealing with kids who are portraying to be, like the other Cyclops as their hero, and dealing with that legacy of Scott Summers, and now dealing with it again, that same legacy here with Toad. You can still feel that here, and how powerful he's just trying to survive. Great, again, Bagley does great art in this book. Hopeless does great writing. So overall, I really recommend this book. If you're not checked out this, this book of this iteration of X-Men, this is the old team in current times, plucked out of town in here. A really good book. And what do you think of it? Do you like this book so far? And I like it. Do you like how they're portraying, like this Scott Summers Cyclops trying to deal with the legacy, the other one who, basically did a lot of destruction and before he died, and really ruined the X-Men's goodwill with the world with what he did. I mean, ultimately, and he's trying to live above that legacy and show people he's not that guy, and that they can trust mutants. Anyway, love to hear your guys' opinions like always. I'll do another review soon. Later, guys.